Hello and welcome to
Hey, we like your pod.
And we're going to tell you why. Hi, it's Dawn here, and I'm joined, as always, by my trusted partner, Matt Pickett. How you doing, Matt? It's good to see you.
I am great. Thank you, Dawn. Welcome, Dusty. Thanks for showing up in the comments today. Yeah, I'm having an incredible week. Work's good. My wife's away in Hawaii, which is the bummer, but it means more time with the kids, which is nice. We went to Skyline for dinner tonight, so loving that. And today was like a conference at work for advising, which is always a fun annual tradition to go to. Hear from some of my colleagues about what they're doing, pick up some ideas, meet a couple new people I didn't meet yet. So it was a great day. Dawn, how are you doing?
I like it. I'm doing well. I was super excited. We got a whole eighth of an inch of rain. It's still summer here. It's still hot here, but that was exciting for my plants. I put all my carnivore plants out so they could get the rain. And I bought a new water system for them because they have to have special water. And I keep buying like distilled water. Mm-hmm. And I got this TDS meter to measure if it's truly zero water with minerals content, because that's what kills off the carnivorous plants. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is not distilled water. I'm paying for all this distilled water, and it's the same TDS reading as the water that comes out of the faucet that I don't even drink. So, and Dusty's showing up answering the question, what was my question? Should we be worried, or should we just ride the high?
We should ride the high. Dusty is right.
Dusty says, ride the high. Iowa Joe, hello, friends. It's nice to see both of you. Yeah, so, just obsessing over my plants. It's that time of the year where the garden has to change and all that. Mm-hmm.
I think just for some of the people who aren't as familiar with your life in the seaside paradise that you live in, an eighth of an inch of rain is actually a lot. So like when you said that, I was like, ooh, it's sincere, because I know that's like a big deal.
It's a big deal. All of last year, the entire last year, we got less than 5 inches for the whole year.
Yeah.
So it's a good start. Maybe we'll get more this year. Who knows? This was a little bit of in fact, your wife is in Hawaii. She would have probably had a lot of rain there from that little hurricane in the Pacific. No?
She didn't talk about rain. So I'll have to ask her about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like they were in the hurricane. The hurricane was down.
Yeah, no, actually, she was talking about there's a spot she went to that's normally like a vibrant waterfall and lush green surroundings that was all kind of like dry and kind of brown because like the hurricanes had recently missed, like a couple had missed them in a row. So,
wow.
Yeah, I know it's a huge bummer, but
yeah, what island is she on?
She's on Oahu, so nice. Not on Ohana, Joe, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, okay. Or let's get going. We're on halftime here. I think the Dolphins are looking good tonight. Kind of expected them to. I have
unexpectedly looking good. Yeah.
Spot for that coach, McDaniel. I'm so sick of hearing everybody like talk about how he's going to get fired and fire McDaniel watch and all that. So, like, come on.
Well, that's rude. But Don, did you hear that quote he had this week about how do you? What was it like? You win by not losing. You have to not lose in order. Did you see that one? You know what I'm talking about? I think I'm mangling it, but it was ridiculous. It was so funny. That dude he's unhinged.
Okay, I'm going to run through my superlatives really like fast track them real quick so that I can give you the floor because you have more serious ones. So first of all,
wait, Dawn, it's time for our what? It's time for our
OMG. It's time for this week's superlatives.
How could you forget? Don, how could you forget?
I don't know. I know it's your favorite part of the show. I
I
just
love
I'm so glad it's a hit with you. Okay. A lot of these came from my own Blue Sky account. So
All right.
if you want the images, check them out there. So number one, Khalil Mack is adorable on pain medications. Have you noticed?
Yes.
Sorry about his injury. I haven't heard any follow up, but yeah, adorable shot of him on the sideline. Obviously on pain medications. Okay, you just had to be there. So Coach McConnell and JJ Babyface McCarthy, they look like twins. Are they related?
Are they?
So subtext to that, McCarthy, McConnell. Is it McCarthy and McConnell? No, it's O'Connell. It's O'Connell.
O'Connell.
McCarthy and O'Connell. Is there a difference? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they look like twins to me. JJ McCarthy also looks like his squishy baby-faced baby. Have you seen the pictures?
Squishy baby face baby.
Yeah, they
Wow.
showed the pictures. Yeah, they showed
talk.
it. No. Babies are supposed to look like that. But the adults aren't supposed to.
Quarterbacks are not, is the implication.
Quarterbacks. I cannot get that image out of my head. Also, Coach, why do I call him McCarthy? It's O'Connell. Looks like
look, Dawn, here's the thing, right? It's confusing. I had to look up 3 different coach names this last weekend because I get them all confused. McConnell, McCarthy, Daniel. O'Connell. I'm McConnell.
I know.
O'Connell, McConnell. I don't even know anymore. I get confused. It's super confusing. So yes, it's
actually confusing. I think I was reading an article that had it wrong too. I honestly think that. So Coach O'Connell, I guess.
Some coach.
Whatever is the coach looks like the quarterback's baby by default.
Well, this has gone off the rails, Dawn.
This is how my mind works. All right. Okay. Speaking of faces, Geno Smith is the face of karma when he's losing and even when he's not. Have you noticed?
How do you mean that? What do you mean?
Well, there were, I'm just like reacting to sideline picks for the week of football. And Geno did not have a good night. Was it Sunday Night Football, the Raiders against somebody?
Somebody good.
The Chargers, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It was
Chargers are looking good. Chargers are looking good.
Chargers are really good this year.
All right. And last but not least, Travis Kelce is the face of a jabroni. I thought he was retiring. Did you know that jabroni, early 20th century, comes from Gibboni, a possible alteration of Italian dialect Giamboni, literally ham. So he's a pork. He's a pork. I have the pig emoji next to that, but you can't see.
He's a friggin' pork chop, this guy.
Meaning foolish and contemptible. So
he's that.
Rashee Rice, crash victim's lawyer, might be suing him. He slams Travis Kelce for wearing that T-shirt that I won't describe on this show in honor of Rashee Rice. Yes. So
why would you honor that guy?
Hate to even mention him, but there you go. Those are my I was just in a mood this week.
This whole season, Don, you've been just like this week. I'm gonna trash talk somebody else. It's just
yeah. I didn't trash talk the Lions fans. I wish them good luck. I really did. And then also I just recited facts from factual facts from history.
I didn't trash talk the Lions fans, Don says. I don't think it's going to hold them in court, Don. I don't think it will.
No, I said, hey, have a good season. Be well. Mm-hmm. All of that.
Yeah, that was the tone you used too. Yeah.
I know. I'll clean up my act for next week. I promise. I've got some other superlatives for next week already in the back burner, and they're much nicer. So, Maddie, what do you have?
Yeah, I've got 4 superlatives tonight. Some really fun stuff kind of came out this week, as we're all kind of, like Dusty said, riding the high of this Packers season, which, Dawn, can you believe how good this is going so far?
Good and fast. It's already the 3rd week of the NFL. Too
crazy.
Fast.
I mean, we have national people like Robert Mays and Bill Barnwell had a podcast this week saying, like, Are the Packers the best team? And they're both like, they very well might be the best team. I mean, it's through 2 weeks. I know. Temper expectations. Take a deep breath. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And they're both like, well, it doesn't seem like a flash in the pan like the Colts offense does right now, because the things that they're doing to win are sustainable. Minus, well, looks like Tucker Kraft will be okay, but there's that scare this afternoon. Did you catch that? Like Tucker Kraft's knee money. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that was actually a nothing, and hopefully he's fine, even if he has to miss 1 week. Because if we lost him, we'd still be good. But it's a big hit. Anyhow. So point being, really exciting week. A lot of fun stuff happened this week. My first one is the best new-ish podcast. So our friends Andrew Mertig and Kyle Fellows rejoined the Pack a Day feed. I hope they'll be doing it every week. I'm not totally sure if they will be. I hope they will be, because what they did this last week was it's like a short thing about a little bit of Packers history. They're talking about a point where like the Packers were asking for like basically more money for like a tax levy. If they hadn't gotten it, from Brown County, there was a chance they would have potentially looked at moving out of the community. But the vote to get that there, to win the levy, was like razor thin. It was like a matter of like 4,000 votes one way or the other could have swung it. So the fact they got that close to like a panic moment for, the franchise and its place in the community. And this is, I think it must have been in the 90s, I think is what they're saying. So, fast forward to now, the Packers have done so much more, even more than they had before, to like really become entrenched with like Titletown, the whole Titletown district, that is, everything else they do. So it seems even less likely it would ever happen the Packers could leave. But still, a really fascinating like sliver of history, some stuff I didn't know, and especially how close it was to something bad happening. So Kyle and Andrew, excellent work. I'm hoping to hear more of that stuff every week from them.
Oh yeah, that's juicy. I like it. I like that history. I mean, I think the Packers would do well in Milwaukee, wouldn't they? Nice,
and that was kind of
arena.
Milwaukee's probably where they would have ended, where they would have ended up if they'd gone to that. Yeah,
right, and bigger market, easier to get to, all of that. So, I mean, indeed. We want Green Bay to be Green Bay, but if it had to be something else, then there's a whole state.
Like the Milwaukee Packers just sounds so wrong.
Well, they could still call them the Green Bay Packers.
What?
They don't have to change their name.
Well, I mean, it is true that like, which of the New York teams are actually in New York City? None of them. In fact, only one of the New York teams at all is in the state of New York, and that's the Buffaloes.
Yeah.
The Buffaloes, the Bills.
The Buffaloes.
I wish they called the Buffaloes. It's a Buffalo picture. The Bills. And because other ones, their team's in New freaking Jersey. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. I never really thought about that, because I noticed Tom Grassi was calling them the New Jersey Jets, and the New Jersey whatever other team. They have so many teams. They got the Bills, the Jets, Giants. Yes, we forget about the Giants. Sorry,
forgettable.
Giants are not giant in my memory.
Not these days.
All righty, Maddie, what else do you have?
All right, my second one for tonight. We have got best video. All right. Our pal Johnny Barks did this great edit this week. It was called Jordan Love is Brat. Am I saying that right? Is it Brat because it's Wisconsin? I don't know. I don't know the culture. Youth culture these days. So Jordan Love is Brat was the name of the video. And it was interspersing throws that Jordan Love made with throws that Aaron Rodgers made. Like ones that look like very similar kinds of throws, kinds of play designs. And just seeing that, like, and with like some hype music and stuff. Johnny's so good.
Yeah.
Johnny, he's really a lot of edits out there that people will make like are cool, whatever. And they're like, they get you excited. But like what Johnny does every time with his videos is he's always telling a story. There's always like a perspective. It's always like really, it draws you in. It like, takes you from point A to point B, kind of makes a point as long as you get from point to point, he makes a point.
Even there's points.
And it's always, there are points, and it's always really fun to watch his stuff. I mean, you think back to the 30 and 30 videos that he made with Tom Grassi. Each one of those was so tightly edited and told its own little narrative, in a way that was super exciting to watch. Like, going back, like that's when I think I was definitely introduced to Johnny's stuff.
Yeah.
He never disappoints. It's
Right.
just right, consistently. He's
Yeah.
consistently high quality, and I think just completely underappreciated because he does great work.
Mm.
Johnny, man, nice job on that. All right, my next one, Dawn. Third one, best analysis. Okay, so this came across my my
Oh,
YouTube
yes.
feed. We've talked about this one before. I know Saturday morning inspection is one that I think you've brought up before on the
I
show.
have.
And quick note
Yeah,
from Dusty, it says Johnny Barks rules. That's right, Dusty.
he
So
does.
yeah, Saturday morning inspection did a video called Packers have officially outsmarted literally everyone. And it was cool that the way how the guy broke this down. He's talking about not just it's Micah Parsons, but like all the way how everyone else is feeding off of that, the really good work they're doing, but then also into the offense as well. And basically just saying like, how did they do this? They are, you know, by every metric, just absolutely blowing everyone else away. I feel like because I watched it on Monday, I think. So there's like details I feel like I'm forgetting, but I was really impressed with how much like stats, how much evidence the guy brought to the video, how convincingly he talked about it. And obviously, you know, it got me really excited about it. So I'm going to actually go back and rewatch it after we're done here today because I know I'm missing some stuff about it, but it was really good. I was very impressed.
I watched it too, and I don't remember anything, so I probably shouldn't. But that's how I am. I'm always doing so many things at once. I remember that I watched it, but that's about it. Yeah, I love that. I love that superlative, and I really love that channel for sure. For sure.
Oh, it's really good. And I got one more. We were talking about trash talking earlier, Dawn. I got a good piece of trash talking here for you. Okay, so this whole season, one of my favorite podcasts, Reporting is Eligible. What the heck? What they've been doing for their theme song and then also like an outro song, it's stuff that that Paul Noonan wrote, and he like fed it into like an AI song generator, and apparently he's good at doing that because the songs that he's been using in the show featuring have been really, really good, which makes me angry, frankly, as a musician. You know what I mean? I won't get too far into that. I'll say, these songs are so good, but it's not just like the software. It's also, you know, Paul working on them. So he has like a theme song that's like super fun to listen to. But so every week it's like a song about the opponent or about that city or whatever. So there's one on this week's episode about Cleveland. Dawn.
Oh boy.
Dawn,
I can't wait.
Savage. So I'm going to attempt to, you know, in the end, what we're really doing here is trying to get you to go listen to Reporting is Eligible.
Yes,
which we're trying to do every week. Anyhow, so there you go. There you go.
All right, guys. Well, with that, Matt, any final thoughts before we say goodbye? I mean,
thoughts. Yes, actually.
so many final thoughts.
I think there's something I want to say, Dawn. Okay. We don't usually get political on this podcast. We tend to avoid that. And so I'm going to say, I'm saying it not because it is going to it shouldn't align with one side or the other. You know, this shouldn't be a statement that is, you know, poking at the left or the right. I just think, Dawn, that, you know, I'm glad we have football because there are things happening in the country right now that are alarming. And the one I want to talk about really fast, I'm just going to hit on it, is that we're living in a time now where the administration is using a governmental office, the FCC, to silence the people who are against that administration. And that is a limiting of free speech. And I have a real problem with that. It's been on my mind a lot this week. And so take a breath. Everyone should be alarmed by that. It's a real problem. So, you know, for as much as we love the football and we want to have these things that make us happy, don't take your eyes off of all the stuff that's really happening. That's my final thought, Doc. Don't take your eyes off the ball.
Yeah.
You know,
that other ball, the more important ball.
Yeah. But also the Packers are awesome this year and yay. So both these things are true.
Yes, they are. I will just add to that. I've always found it galling, to be honest, and I really didn't notice it until I started doing races, running. And you're standing there, you're ready to go and all this. And it's like, okay, let's stop and do the national anthem. And it's like, why is the national anthem embedded in all these sports and all this nationalistic stuff that has nothing to do with the sport?
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, and so there was some discourse this week about whether to honor or mention somebody. There are a lot of people murdered in the United States. We are like the
Mhm.
murder capital of the world. So why are we picking political figures or whatever? It's just that's galling. Just don't do any of them and you won't have that problem. And quit with all of the whole national anthem junk, because what's that about? Like, what is that even doing? And I know the history of it, and I've never mentioned
Mhm.
it on this show before, but I've looked into it. It's like, how did that even happen? But
Yeah.
that's part of the problem is the the lack of separation, the lack of awareness for one thing, and the lack of separation at this point, because year after year, decade after decade, generation after generation, certain things just have become acceptable, and so then
Mhm.
people become complacent around it. So around those issues. So
Yes.
yeah, I hear you, Maddie. I hear you.
Whew.
Yeah,
So anyhow,
that's why we have hobbies and we do all these things to take our mind off of issues, is because there are so many really, really challenging issues in the world right now.
it's true. It's true. And in the face of stuff like that, it's easy to despair. But what
Yeah.
I try to do, and I think I mentioned before, is just try to spread light in the corner of the world that I inhabit, do right by my family, by the
Yeah.
students I get to work with, by the colleagues I get to work with,
Mhm.
and try to not lose sight of what's happening. Make the difference that I can, but don't turn a blind eye.
That's right. And Joe says, "You tell him, Matt." And True North says, "I gotta put my glasses back on." True North
Bruno says,
says,
hopefully I don't get canceled for that previous joke. Hashtag freedom of speech.
"Right,
Indeed. Indeed.
right."
All right. I think I've
All
ranted
right,
enough. You're done. Should we bring it home?
let's bring her home and get back to football.
Let's get back to football. That's right. So,
Mhm.
friends, we'd love to have a chance to interview you and shout you out if you're a subscriber and a football fan. If you'd like to nominate someone to be a guest on our podcast, please let us know. Our DMs are open on all the social platforms. And folks, when you subscribe to our podcast, you help us to keep spreading the love. Don, the love. The love, Don. Keep
Yes, the
spreading
love.
the love in our community.
Hmm.
And the best way to help this podcast grow is by sharing it with your friends and family.
That's right, Maddie, because we love you. We're so glad to know you, to be fans of you, and have the luxury of being fans of the most storied team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate your support, your subscriptions, and sharing our pod. And we look forward to seeing you next week on
Hey, we like your pod.
3-0, baby.
Football in general comes down to discipline and people owning their roles. And when you aren't disciplined or you go outside the scheme, bad stuff happens.